On AVXL, I'm not sure. I think it deserves a short position in pretty much everyone's portfolio, at least as a small amount. In terms of sizing and timing, what I like to do for things like this where you know it's early, and maybe I should have done this with quantum, is, I don't know, let's say this is January, April, July, and October. Okay, so if you let's say the stock price is arbitrary X, your position size, I'll draw in green. Basically, your plan is you sort of rise some sub asymptotically, I guess, sub exponentially. Okay, so you try to grow your position as if you don't know when the catalyst is going to be, which I think is the case here, you start with a small position, you sort of grow. So this is sizing. Now the price, you don't know, as quants say, returns are randomly distributed. So you don't know when the actual price is going to drop. It may even rise, right? So you assume this price sort of takes a random walk and eventually craters. We draw another random walk here, the early crater. We'll draw another random walk here. It's kind of a late crater. So the way I look at this is practically I'm happy if I have a small position and it immediately craters. My IRR is pretty high. Let's say it's up here. And my IRR is dropping. Well, if I make, what's the IRR here? It's not exactly dropping, but let's see. Well, yeah, it is dropping because let's say the event already happened in this fictional world. And then it sort of bumps up again here and it bumps up again here. So that's the kind of nature of IRRs with these things. You might have this tiny position. You say, oh, that sucks. I have this tiny position. And the stock dropped really quickly. Well, that's a good thing. You know, even if you had a 1% position, if it dropped 80% or something, you made 80 basis points in, I don't know, a month or something. That's a 12% ARR. I don't know, maybe make it a 2% position or a 5% position or something like that. Depends on your risk tolerance, right? Whatever it is, n%. Then you say 2n% and then 5n%. So maybe your risk tolerance is higher and n is 10%, in which case you made 8%, in which that's 120% ARR. And here, it took twice as long. This is the 6-month outcome, right? So but you had 2N, so you have a 20% position. So you may say you made 16% notional, 32%, and then at the 5X, you made 40%. So IRR here is something like this. So you're almost happier if it comes early, even though it's a small position, paradoxically. And again, you could adjust these as you see fit. Just make sure you stick to the plan, which most people do not, including myself, and think that through. But yeah, you shouldn't mind it coming early, of course. And the longer it takes, the shittier it gets, but you still want some kind of exposure early, even, and then just increasing it a little bit each month as the decision nears. Now, could EMA approve it? We just don't know. It's possible. Remember, look at Humacyte. The regulatory decisions are different from clinical trial data. So clinical trial data and regulatory decisions are very, 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 very different. EMA is very strict. It's quite hard to sell medicine in Europe, and they have no patent. So like this whole thing's kind of fucked. And they're never going to get FDA approval. It's not even clear they're allowed to do a clinical trial in the US. So whatever bugged the FDA for an IND, I'd imagine is going to bug Europe. It's not like these guys don't talk to each other. So I don't know. It's a little confusing. Shkreli. Shush up, kitty. I should love you. I got this fun message from a AVX long. What's your thoughts on AVXL? Have anything to say on the peer review of the AVX, you retard? Sorry I said that word, but it is what you look like now. You will lose with AVX, promise you that. Why does this drug only work at 48 weeks? So I'm kind of curious. Going to be a good year for AVX. What is your opinion of the peer review? It's taken you quite a bit of time to make up some lies against 30 plus experts that say it working. So to you, I say stay away from this one. It can help millions of people. Just take your loss or gain and stop bashing. Everyone needs a second chance. The bashers. We bash.